can talk about who made that transition, and it appears that we only talking about successful people, but like you can probably picture somebody in your own community who made that jump into the next level, into the next stage, because at some point you have to realize that you had to take the blinders off yourself and look to the left and the right for a change. You can't just continue looking at the path that you're looking at, because the path that you're on has only gotten you to where you are. And that's the thing that people aren't understanding, and that's why people are in this Dunning-Kruger effect, because you're not looking for new information. You're like a baby that just living on the same logic that you were born.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. We're gonna slide right into this jank. I've been missing the time. Anyway, time don't matter. We up in this thing early in the morning.
4:28 a.m. is the time now. 4:28
a.m. I don't know why my background look like I'm in purgatory or something. It's just
you're like you got a fresh coat of paint in now.
Right. I'm like, I didn't do nothing different. I don't think. Change the light bulb.
And you got a different light?
Light bulb, that's about it.
Well, there you go. It's a brighter light bulb.
I guess it like my background feel fake as hell. Like I don't. It's weird. It's weird. All right. Anyway, I understand your week is just getting started, sir. But how's
absolutely, man.
9 to 5 been treating you? We're gonna talk about.
It's been treating me like a 9 to 5. I actually been a little more observant than usual. Like just been kind of sitting back and watching things happen around me, and like seeing, like, you know, because they always say like go where you celebrate it and not where you tolerate it. So like I've been in an environment, and like I've been putting all this extra energy trying to stay relevant in the environment. So I was like, you know what? Let me slow down for a second. Let me stop talking, and let's just see what happens. So I did that, and I realized that it's like with some people, like if I'm not inserting myself in the conversation, they ain't necessarily coming to me. It's a little weird, right? Because like, you know, you got your leadership. They swear up and down that, you know, they treat everybody equally, but the moment that you stop going to them for stuff, is just like they kind of forget about you. So yeah, I noticed that recently. So with that being said, like because I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging on a cliff with that. Like there's a phrase that I go by, that I live by: go where you celebrate it and not where you tolerate it. And I realized that I've just been tolerated for the most part in my space. So yeah, that's where I landed with that. That has absolutely nothing to do with the topic, but you know, still, like, it just, yeah, man. I just wanted to put that out there.
And that's a weird predicament for you, of all people, to be in, because of your position.
Yeah.
Like regardless, they have to come to you or they have to interact with you because you're the chain of command. It'll be them, you, then us. Or I don't really think they come to us, but it's usually
Nah.
them,
Nah.
you, and then you have to come to us. Uh, but that is that jobs in general. Uh, cause with that mindset, you have a whole lot of people that do uh they see others doing wrong or they see something wrong with the department or something, and instead of correcting it right then and there, they go to y'all or they get
Yeah,
someone
that
else to.
always irritated me, man. Like, yo, you see the problem happening, and and I had to break it down to somebody recently, right? Because they were like, yo, like y'all know these problems be happening. I'm like, yes, that's absolutely correct that these problems do happen, but when you tell me about it after the fact,
Mhm,
that shit just hearsay.
mhm.
I ain't got no way of investigating that. I'm not about to go off of what you say, go approach somebody based off of what you say, and then end up pissing somebody off for no reason.
Yep.
Like, I'm not about to do that. Then I mess around and kill somebody else because you decided you wanted to be in your feelings about something that you think you saw. The fuck?
Big fact. We had that. We had that recently. I think that happened Thursday. Uh, with a veteran and one of the new hires. Uh, veteran was trying to say the new hire wasn't working, but it was literally the other way around. Like new hire saw it clear as day. She called it out. Uh, the lady was leaving. The veteran was like leaving her position, um, taking products to the door and whatever, all this other stuff, and she wasn't doing the line. Every time the line would get backed up, she would leave. She would leave the new girl hanging.
I'll be
And
down.
I'm like, because first of all, we weren't too understaffed, but we had everything where all everybody had to
People
do.
weren't doing what they were supposed to do. They were doing
Mm-hmm.
what they wanted to do.
Yep. And if they would have done what they needed to do, everything would have been running smooth. But nope,
And that's always the
everything
case.
crazy. I'm like,
That's always the case.
do your job and we can all go home happy. But yep, yep.
Or at least mildly satisfied.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause that job. Oh my god. All right. What's the story of how we got to this topic? What's the
It's not really
story?
a story. Like me and Alyssa just happened to be watching some. What are
Mm-hmm.
we watching? We were watching this show called Almost Paradise. Um, but the guy on there said like he was asking the villain. He was like, "Do you know what the Dunning Kruger effect is?" Like he was like had a gun to his head. It was like this dope ass scene, like some shit that would never happen in real life. But he had the gun to his head after chasing the dude because the
Mm-hmm.
dude took his daughter. It's like, do you know what the Dunning Kruger effect is? And he was explained it for a second, or he like the dude was like, I don't really care. He's like, no, you probably do. You probably want to care about this. It's when a person is in a certain status, think they know everything there is to know about that status, but they are completely incompetent and don't know that they are incompetent. And I looked over at Alyssa and I was like, yo, that's not a real thing. She was like, yes, that's a real thing. And I was like, nah, that's not a real thing. She pulled it up for me, showed me it was a real thing. And I was like, yo, there's a term for this.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Term
a
for everything.
whole term for this.
Term for everything.
And I just started thinking about a whole bunch of people, bro. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like this gave me a whole new lease on life.
And
So I can't do no scientific stuff and break it down into too much detail other than that, other than some stories that I'm about to go into. So Mark, you did a little bit of extra research because that's what your analysis said you said you were gonna do. So your assessment said you were gonna do that. So
For that.
break it down to us, man.
So it was a couple of stories. The main stories that I've heard was this guy, he robs a bank, right? And no mask, no nothing, and he gets caught. He gets caught later down the road, and as they're taking him away, he's mumbling, "But but I used the juice." So his analogy, or what he fabricated in his mind, right? So lemon juice is used to make invisible ink. So this man thought if he put lemon juice on his face and robbed these banks, the cameras wouldn't pick him up. So he used like is something with just the bare minimum of knowledge. He thought he had figured the secret to life. He had figured this whole master plan with this bare minimum knowledge, and he just went with it. And that's pretty much the whole basis of like the rest of the stories. Uh, people coming to you with just a quick Google search of knowledge, and they think they have it all in the bag.
No,
And it's
like no. Sometimes, yo, like for real, like he ignored logic on that one.
yeah.
Like I understand, like that you Google search something, but like,
Mhm.
bro, you done Google search half the answer and applied your own logic to something based off of,
Mhm.
bro. That's like a child.
Yeah. A lot of people out
Had
here are childish as hell.
man, you had behind the curtain is like I can't see you, so you can't see me. Like, bro, I can see your feet. You talking about, man?
Yes. Yes.
Jesus. Oh man, I don't even know if my story really. I don't even know if I got anything on that, bro. That
I
one
mean,
toxic.
there's
You should have saved that one for the end, bro. What the hell?
that's kind of the extreme of it, but like we have people out here doing things like that. They
Yo,
get the gist of something, or they think they have the gist of something, and they apply it, not knowing the whole end goal, but they just know the
yeah,
starting point, and they go for it.
bro, that's so insane. I can't believe you just said that.
Yep. He got the juice. He had the
I,
juice.
I used the
Not the
juice.
right juice.
I used the juice. Yo, nah, bro. But like, I remember. Oh man, the reason why it hit me so hard, bro, because I remember being pissed. I was working at Walmart distribution, bro, and I remember a dude who thought he knew everything, bro.
Mm,
And like he was one of those dudes who when he come talk to you, he just come say some off the wall stuff that has no grounds in reality, and then turn around and tell you like whenever you try to give him the facts, he'll turn it around and be like he'll say some religious stuff, and just because he say some religious stuff, he'll say some stuff like you'll argue with him like 2 plus 2 don't equal 5, bro. Like and then you'll give him the logic and show him exactly like you can hold four cans in front of him and add them jokers up and be like, yo, this is how count this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That man will look at you and be like, God got me though, and then he'll walk away being like, it's 5, it's 5. I got it. It's 5. I know the answer. I'm smarter than you. I was like, and he'll do that with just about everything, bro. So with that being said, like remember I told you that I used to get in trouble a lot for telling the truth to these guys when I
mm.
worked at Walmart distribution. Like imagine having one of these dudes act like that whenever you start talking about some real life stuff.
I'd have to quit on sure. That is like stupidity at its finest. Like that makes no sense. That's I mean, kudos to him for having that much faith in his belief, but like you still have to have the work behind it. You still have to strive for knowledge. You just can't be out here. I'm gonna say what I believe is correct with no research, no nothing to support it, and just be
Mm-hmm.
like, I got faith in my Lord and Savior. I got faith in my God. Whatever I say is law, and that's it.
That's the part right there. It's like the whatever I say is law. That's the problem right there. That's the real problem because like you like I grew up in an environment like that, bro. Like I ain't have no jurisdiction to bring in any new thought processes into my home when I was growing up, bro. I was a kid. I was being raised by a single mother by my damn self. It was just me. I was taking the brunt of every attack that was given. Like I had no basis to give any kind of advice. I had no grounds to come up with any new plans. Like I was always being told. What did you say?
I said I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah, I was always being told that I needed to stay in the child's place, but also at the same time be a man. Like it was the weirdest thing. Like so, like when my mom said something, when my mom said like, I remember one time she told me she said, "Oh man, it was a crazy thing, right? I was sick and I couldn't go to school or something. So like, I was like." like mad sick. Like I ain't gonna go how sick I was because I ain't trying to get visual or nothing. But like just know that picking my head up meant like it was like an overflowing bag of liquid. Like it was that bad. But and I said I won't go get visual and I did. But anyway, like it was like that. Like I was like, yo, this is bad. Like I don't know what it was, food poisoning or what. Like I was just bedridden. And I remember I had a DS at the time. And I was playing the DS and my mom came in to check on me. And she looked at me and was like, "You sick because you ain't washed them damn dishes." I was like, do what? It's like and like I it was no matter no, like and I argued with her for a while, bro. I argued with her for way longer than I should have about that situation in that moment. But like that's the kind of stuff that I think about when I hear this Dunning Kruger effect. Like when it's explained to me in a broad aspect, I start thinking about situations like common situations like that, not necessarily like somebody being incompetent in their space, but you got your feet planted so far in the space that you in that you refuse to move. And that's what I started thinking about when I hear that term, that the Dunning Kruger effect. Like when I hear it, that's why I get to.
Yeah. And on a grander scale, like there's a whole society. Like there's laws that has no common ground, no common sense in them at all, but
At
people
all.
follow them like it's
At
law.
all.
Like the whole can't wear white on Labor Day, after Labor Day or some stuff like that. Uh,
Ice
uh
cream in your back pocket on a Sunday.
ice cream in your back pocket on Sunday. What?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's unlawful somewhere. I can't remember where it was. We talked about it
Yeah,
on the dumb laws
yeah.
episode. Yeah.
That those two. That is just I don't. And then Christians are they'll or religious people.
Ooh,
They are quick
you
to
want to go
say
there?
we're gonna just do this one. Uh, it is not biblical. It's not in the Bible, but they always say cleanliness is what connected to
Next to
godliness. Is
godliness.
next to godliness. That is nowhere in the scripture. There is nowhere in the Bible that says those words. But
Oh well, they said that God told them, God came down to them in their spirit on a random ass Tuesday while they was at work behind their computer or pushing their little box. and told them that their cleanliness was next to me.
But yeah, it's a lot of things out there that no type of common sense behind it. People will push on to their kids, push on to their friends, and it's just like if you don't have a stable foundation, you're gonna fall for it. You're gonna fall right in line. And then you're gonna be rooted into what they believe, and you just gonna keep spreading it down the line, down the line.
Mm-hmm.
And just rinse and repeat. You gonna tell it to the next person, they gonna tell it to the next person. And then you got the whole nation believing in this one thing that just dropped out of the sky. I don't know how it comes to be. I don't know how these laws, who thinks of them, but they just out there.
They're always saying to pop they ugly head up out of nowhere. I don't understand how it happened either. It's crazy.
My thing is like, maybe because the IQ levels are different between person to person, but just like
Understatement
how
there.
how do you just fabricate this thing out of nothing? Like you just sitting at home one day, or you in bed, you eating breakfast, and you just think to yourself, the sky is blue because there was no color left, so it just became blue. All the colors was used up on Earth, so it just became blue.
Yeah, green was already taken. Couldn't use that again.
I'm just like,
Or like the Earth is flat.
don't get me started.
Or like old Europeans, Europeans back in the olden days would cry every time the sun go down because they thought the sun died and it won't coming back. Even though it came up every single day. Every single day. The sunset, it moved across the sky for you. It moved in an orbital fashion across the sky for you. It landed in the opposite direction of where it came up at, and they still cried every night when the sun went down and celebrated it every single morning when it came back up.
I don't. I could. I could. But that's
Are we? Is it just because we're from a different time that we see the idiocracy here? No, actually, no, it can't be because I go against some of the things that said to be today.
yeah, like it's still going on till this day. Like not the whole, people well, we got flat people that believe the earth is flat, so it's still falling in
I'd
that
cut a lot of
same.
people off on that one.
But people to this day, they will take uh like I said, the bare minimum with no common sense behind it, with no other research behind it. They'll just believe it. Like especially nowadays with like the news, uh social media, you know, at one point old people were quick to believe anything that comes on Channel 8 News.
For
Channel 8
real.
News, yeah. Channel 8 News was almost the Bible, was almost
Yeah.
religion to some old people or to some people these days. And then you have social media, which is also, you know, almost like religion to some people, and they believe everything, every article, every TMZ
Mm-hmm.
post, every the shade
Mm-hmm.
room post that happens. People take it as law.
You oh man, like that's a whole different bag right there. Cause like you tell somebody who put too much stock into into what's said on social media because like they don't want to talk about they need to take the social media cleanse. I'm like, and meanwhile I'm just on there like, okay. I got like 42 notifications on Facebook right now. I don't even know what the fuck they about. And I ain't about to scroll down to see what it is either. Like,
Hey,
I ain't got nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like,
uh,
I don't even know why I have a Facebook at this point. Like, I think it's like like specifically so people know that my business still exists. Like that's the only reason why it's there. It serves no other purpose. Or there are people who are looking for news. Like people thought that Will Smith was dead for a long time.
Facts. When those
People thought
posts were circulating, those fake rest in peace posts or death posts,
yeah.
like for some reason every year Jackie Chan dies.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happens, but every each and every year there's a new.
Yeah, because I remember he took a picture of a verification photo.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take a verification photo, like Jackie Chan doing this date. I am not dead.
Oh,
Crazy, man.
people
People,
swear up
Rush Hour boomed that month though. Crazy. Rush Hour got streamed more than it ever got streamed.
Oh man,
That joint streamed like it was a brand new movie. Crazy, bro.
and then it gets to the extreme when you have like the whole conspiracy drinks, because some people follow those like kind of heavy, and like they don't deep
Yeah.
dive or they don't do any research behind it, and then they go into this spiral where uh they can't go on with life, or they feel like
Yeah, bro.
no matter what they do, they're always gonna be stuck in this one point, and they become stagnant.
Yeah, like it. Oh, my bad.
Oh, you can go, you can go.
Yeah, because like that's information bias right there. Like when it comes to like people doing the documentaries and stuff on like the conspiracies and like all that tin hat stuff, like everybody has their own agendas. Like, yo, like we know that there's something wrong with this situation, but like we not necessarily sure what that is. We just know that we're gonna point our attention to it so that you can see that something ain't right with this, and maybe you can jump in and help out with the investigation. But this is our evidence, like, but there's no real truth there. Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't like in the government. We don't know what's happening. We know that there's some people who trying to keep us from seeing it, but bro, they could be up at Area 51 making ice cream cones that float. They could be up in that joint making astronaut food. Like, we don't know, bro. Like, there's really no way to tell. Like, you go a mile, within a mile of that joint, and they're shooting you. Like, we don't know what's in there. Like we don't. So, like, people get this information. It's like you said something about the news. Like, somebody watched Channel 8 News, and like, it's crazy because you like the difference between Channel 8, Channel 6, 12, and 5, like Fox, like NBC, ABC, like the difference between all these different networks is that they all have different agendas. They all got different people backing them. They all got different people put money in their pocket. So it's like a sponsor.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored to you by the Republican House of something something. So we're gonna talk about how racism is still alive and how it benefits the environment. And now all of a sudden, everybody who watches that, they just like, okay, yeah, I need to be racist. Yeah, white power. But then you turn around and watch ABC, and then they get on the liberal stuff, and then you just like, you know what, I don't like this, and yeah, here we go. Yeah, you got two represented parties in the media. So like, you watch the news, and there's no reason, there's no different logic as to which one you watch, like whether you watch the rest of the station to figure out, like, you got a favorite TV show that come on there, but you just happen to sit there and watch the news and you agree with some of the stuff that they say. Like, none of it is relevant. Like, the news, like, first of all, I ain't about to watch no national news. I'm just gonna be real with you. I ain't got no reason watching national news in Virginia. But some people are literally looking at it and basing their entire life and the way they think on something that has absolutely nothing to do with them and holds no grounds in their reality.
Yeah. And and kind of backtracking to how we started this episode, if people would just work on what they need to work on, we could leave this earth happy.
Yeah.
But like, eh, I have friends. Well, I have one friend. He's real big on watching all the news, staying up with the what's going on with the earth and whatever. He's like, you
Mm.
don't watch the news, and I'm like, no, man.
Nah,
I'm
bro.
I'm still trying to make it through the day. Like I got stuff I need to get through today. I need to work on today. I don't need to hear nothing about the world is ending. The
I'm
the
saying?
the fog is not really fog. Uh the sky ain't really the sky. I don't want to know about any of that.
Everything is a hologram. We living in
Goodness.
VR. We inside the Matrix. The Matrix is real.
I'm trying to figure out how to win the Matrix. I don't need to know that we're in it. I'm trying to win it my life. That's all I'm worried about. My life and the things that's connected to my life. That's it. Uh, but yeah,
Because the
so
moment you start,
mm,
okay,
go ahead.
the moment that you start digging into all that other stuff, man, you start taking focus off of what's really important.
Hmm.
Your life.
And you lose yourself. Then you find that you spend all this time doing all this catastrophizing, stressing over stuff that you don't really have a immediate control over. You literally
Yeah,
it's stuff that's happened passively. Like
yeah,
you wake up and this stuff is happening. Like you go to sleep and this stuff is still happening.
yeah.
You know.
And like when I tell you that the dude that I used to work with, bro, when I tell you that he used to be on that, bro,
Mm-hmm.
like the ain't no conspiracy theorist worse than a Bible thumping conspiracy theorist. Ain't no conspiracy theorist worse than that, bro. This man was always on that Jesus is coming back shit. And like all right, man, let me rephrase that because like I'm not trying to sit here and make you think that I'm like anti-religion. Like I'm not. Like I understand I understand what God told me. Like I'm gonna just put it that way. I understand it, but I understand it based on accordance to my life. Like what he told me to do is different than what he told you to do. I don't know what you
That's
think
right.
like all that divine stuff, all that you gotta showboat it and all that other stuff. Like I ain't on that. Like I'm not a bishop, bro. Like I ain't in the church right now in the pulpit trying to do no sermons. Like I ain't on that. But my man used to tell me like Jesus is coming back. Jesus is gonna come back and burn the earth. We can't do this because Jesus is gonna come back and smite us. We can't do this because the rapture is coming. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like this man one time this man told me, and we got in a whole argument about this. This man said on remember 666,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the number.
the day, the actual day, 666.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
June 2006. This man said
People were going
that the
crazy.
world was supposed to end that day. And I don't even remember what he said stopped it. It was some totally ridiculous. You would have thought that he was talking about a superhero comic, but
Come on.
like this man said the day that on 666 the world was supposed to end. God said that the world was supposed to end on 666 because that is the devil's birthday. The devil get one birthday. He was just born. Like he was just born 24 years ago. But what is that? 16 years ago. He was just born 16 years ago, I think. That's beyond the point. The devil's real young, by the way, everybody. He's only a teenager. But he said that was the devil's birthday and the day was supposed to end and God saved it somehow. This man was dead serious. And he started making up reasons why the world was going to end. This man was talking about the missiles was going to shoot off, and this man was talking about the sky was going to catch fire and all this other stuff. Like this man was really on it, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, and he really believed it. Like to the point where we during our argument, this man was shaking and crying.
It is never that serious. Oh my Jesus, that is just as bad as. Uh, all right, so remember when COVID first started and everybody was buying up toilet paper?
Yeah.
Prime example.
Prime
Prime
example.
example.
Yep.
But before we get too deep and the bad parts of the Dunning Kruger effect, there are some good parts. The videos I watched, um, they were talking about that it is necessary for people to kind of use it as a self-reflecting thing. You have your people
That makes sense.
um that just blindly believe like the first information they get, and then you have your people that how they explained it was you have three people. You have your simpleton person that takes the information, uh believes it right off bat. You have
Yeah.
uh I guess you say your researcher or your person with minimum knowledge, the person
Hmm.
that kind of thinks that what they do know isn't enough, so they kind of
Hmm.
sell themselves too short. And then you have your expert, your person that's kind of at the end of the Dunning Kruger effect, that's giving knowledge. He's giving the knowledge back to the people. Uh, your simpleton, um, for some reason he gets the most hype. He gets the most credit because he's confident in what he's saying, but what he's
Very
saying
confident.
has no weight. Like we've had people come up to us and we tell them our goals, our dreams, and they'll quickly, oh well, the housing market isn't good right now. You shouldn't do that. Just off the bat, no hesitation, no. Oh, you should look into the housing market, but no, you shouldn't do that because the housing market is down. Uh,
And I ain't never bought a house.
Never
I
bought a
want
house.
everybody to. I just want everybody to understand that we're not talking about people who know something and they're giving information. We're talking about people who don't know anything, but because they heard something
Mm-hmm.
and they're comfortable where they are, they're refusing to even look into the possibility of something happening because they're comfortable where they are and they're afraid of the new information.
Mm. And then you
You know how
have
deep
your.
that is.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And then I say you have your people in the middle that they do the research. They have that knowledge, but because they haven't continued on, or maybe they're still in the process of gaining knowledge, they don't feel like what they have is enough. And then, like I said, they sell themselves short, or they they see the big picture of the mountain of knowledge that they need to strive to get to, and then they quit. They see that, they get fearful of that, and they quit.
Yeah.
Or they get overwhelmed by the situation and they quit. And then you have your person at the end that has done the time, done the research, has dealt with those people that have told them to quit, and they have pushed past that and they've become the master of whatever they're trying to do, the master at their craft. Uh, right now, we're trying to be the masters. We're trying to get y'all to strive to be the masters at y'all craft. You're gonna go through the simpleton phase, the researcher phase, to get to the master phase. You know.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know anything about the tiers to that before we came into this conversation. But it almost seemed like just about every like the guy that I was talking about, he's obviously a simpleton. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no doubt in that because like even when one of my boys told me that he got fired, this man didn't even believe that he did anything wrong when he blatantly did wrong. It was almost like the guy
Mm-hmm.
who robbed the bank that you were just talking about. Like he
Yep.
literally, his argument was literally, I didn't do that. I didn't do anything wrong. And they was like, but you broke company policy. You did something wrong. And he was like, no, I ain't do nothing wrong. Y'all lying. I ain't do nothing wrong. Like he would literally own that. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, but didn't you do XYZ? And he was like, yeah, I did that. So you did something wrong. No, I ain't do nothing wrong.
Check this out. Check this out though. Like when they was explaining the guy that robbed the bank,
Mm-hmm.
Even though they had sat him down, showed him footage that, hey, this is you robbing the bank. Nah, that ain't me. Y'all fabricated that.
Oh
Those videos are
wow.
fake.
Yep. Yep. So just like that. So like what I heard you say just now was that most people, and you ain't say this obviously. This is me paraphrasing. But majority of the people that we come across on a daily basis are right in the middle. Once again, they're right in the middle
Mm-hmm.
and they're stuck in the middle.
Yep.
Once again, here we are talking about people who believe something, they see something, and then they see it and it might not go their way, they get scared and they come back.
Yep.
Once again, you said something in that in your explanation of the people on the middle that made me realize, like, like most just about everything that we talk to people about, like people telling you their dreams and goals, or you tell them your dreams and your goals, and then they turn around and tell you that or they make jokes. But this is the part that pissed me off. The people who make jokes about how you can make money when they tell you that, well, I know a guy who can do this for you and he can get you a little package and you can do.
What?
I'm like, bruh, I had to have a conversation with somebody yesterday, and he started joking about some shit, and like I looked at him with the most serious look on my face. I was like, bruh, I got a kid on the way. This ain't time for jokes, bruh. Like this is real life. And like I don't understand why why you don't have the same urgency, bro. Like and your situation just as bad as mine. You got two. I'm like, bro, I don't understand why you joking about this. Like, this ain't a joking matter, like, for real. But that's beside the point. But you do have people so stuck in where they are that they are too afraid to look at the possibilities of what's coming, because they're afraid to look at. I don't know. They're afraid to look at the work that they got to do. They're afraid to look at that the people they got to face when they get there. Like, I don't know what it is, bro, but we really do got people who are too afraid to live their lives and grow.
Oh.
Help me out here, Mark. What is that?
Uh, it's a number of things. Uh, fear is a big part of it. Being
Yeah, but
complacent.
what are they afraid of, though? Like, we know it's fear, but what are they afraid of? Like, what is so scary that you decide that you don't want to fight for nothing? What is that scary?
I don't really know. I would say losing it all, but like you ain't really got much to lose in the situation you're in. Like, I would think that after so much crap that you've been going through, you would be sick and tired of the position you're in. You would
No, no,
want
ain't it
to.
though? Like, you go to work complaining every single day. You mad at everything that everybody make you do. Like, you doing the same thing every day. You got a car that's breaking down in the parking lot. You holding together with duct tape. You see nice cars on TV. Every time somebody talk about something, you just like you dreaming. You talking about the lottery. You talking about fast money at every opportunity. Like, living a fancy life, but yet you have no no aspirations of actually
Work
going
it.
for it. Like, what is there to lose? What is the problem here?
Uh,
Help me out, man. I'm
I
still
have
trying to figure it out.
no idea.
I'm lost, bro.
I guess with each person it would be different, but like even so, people have talents, people have dreams, but they don't want to go for them. But like they do it so easy. Like I guess the guy that you're talking about, dude can cook his butt off. Dude can look at a car, tune it up, fix it up. We got mechanics that we work with. We got cooks that we work
Bro,
with.
like, you a brilliant mind, bro. And it's like it frustrates me, man. Like, I don't mean no disrespect to nobody, bro. I'm just saying, like, yo, you are literally in the Dunning Kruger right there. Like, you are
Fact.
you are stuck doing what you think you're stuck doing. Nobody even said you were stuck there. You just decided to be stuck. You just decided that this is where you were going to stay. Like nobody said that you were stuck here, but you.
And like, so prime example, dude that can cook, right? Like his, I don't, you've been to his house.
Yeah, we're going to Saturday.
So the way he got like the back area set up, perfect, perfect for a drive through little cookout jank.
And it
They
yeah.
ain't even gotta stop. Like they ain't gotta come in the yard. They just drive through. Whatever, however you want it, they can either do. They can come through. They can order it, go about their business, come back 20 minutes later, or they could go do some shopping, come back, pick up the food. Or if you want to get real technical with it, you know, make it like a little online jank. You got Facebook, they put their orders in Facebook. You do a certain amount of orders a day. Boom.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do it like every day. Just do it twice out of the week, one side of the week. Get your feet wet with it. See how much money you make in a day. Man, cook. I know
Yeah.
he can. I know he done
Yeah.
paid probably about everybody on the block. So that's money right there. And he stay looking for deals. He got the little food saver boys. So he got food stacked. Keep telling us each and
Like
every day how much food he need to cook because he just got it sitting there. He done bought 20 pounds of pork butts, pork loins, all this other stuff.
mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Boom.
what you
Business
doing with all that
opportunity.
food, bruh?
Business opportunity right there. Like, yo, for real, you can make it happen. Like nobody told you can make it happen, that you couldn't make it happen. But you know, the thing that just became obvious to me just now in this conversation is that we are surrounded by people who whenever they see the opportunity, they know the opportunity is there, but whenever they try to chase the opportunity, whenever the prospect of success starts to creep in, for some reason they stop.
Yeah. Because it's not like this man don't like to cook. This man loves to cook. And I'm like, if you love to do it, why are you not doing it?
Why are you not doing it? Why are you not doing it? Like I don't understand that. Like my mom the same way. Like she at one point before she started declining in health, bro. She used to do that. Like she used to make dinners for people, like cooking. Like she bought like a whole bunch of styrofoam containers, and she was cooking. She had a whole menu printed. Had people calling for orders and stuff, and she was doing it out her little kitchen. And her house is dumb small, so she was making it happen. And for some reason, no matter how much money she was making, she just stopped. Ain't like the orders won't coming in. People was hearing about it. She was getting phone calls from people she ain't never met before, which is strange for her because she know damn near everybody in the damn city. But she was getting calls from people that she never know, young people, old people. And when it came time to expand, because she couldn't keep up with the demand, she stopped.
Is I mean, is it possible for success to scare someone? Is it
It seems that way.
crazy?
But
But
doesn't
all
that
right,
also tie into the topic?
yeah, cause like like you said, they're right in the middle, and that would be in the middle of, the researcher and then the master. They're like right, they're somewhere in between that area, cause like when you start a business, when you start a goal, uh, if it's writing comics, writing books, game designing, music, whatever, like there has to be a point that you realize sooner or later this is gonna become bigger than just you. Once you get that it's like a snowball effect. The ball is gonna start small and then it's gonna grow bigger
Mm-hmm.
and bigger, and then
Yep.
I mean, kudos for whoever can, take the reins and run it by themselves. But you're gonna have to outsource some things. You're gonna have to, all right, I got all this money, I got all these orders, I got all these people wanting my product. Let me bring some more people in. Let me help them out so they can help
Yeah.
me out so we can grow this thing into a monopoly or something. Like
Start an
people
LLC.
don't
Let's
people don't think
get
that
a
far.
food truck. Get something. Get a building because we can't do it out the house because the health inspector definitely won't like that. Like for real,
Too many
like it.
fumes.
And it almost like when it happened, it almost reminded me of when she used to own her store.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm like, yo, you obviously got the entrepreneur spirit, but you ain't got the entrepreneur mentality. You got the entrepreneur spirit, but you got a worker's mentality. You a hand person. You a hands guy.
People.
So,
Oh, that's kind of reminded me of what you said in the last episode when we were talking about the guy that got that large sum of money at one time. Like we're so used to hustling that when it's time to stop hustling and start thinking and actually putting stuff into motion, at
mhm.
planning stuff out, we don't do it. We can't do it. We can't figure it out.
We
Or
can't transition. There's no transition point. It's either do or die, and you live on that mantra: do or die. You either you gonna do it or you gonna die trying. Like and it's we. Oh man, and all of the quotes that people come up with, they all based on blue collar shit.
oh yeah.
It's all based on blue collar shit. That's why blue collar people they roll with it so much, and the people who say the shit ain't even on that.
Oh, fact.
Think about that shit. Ride or die. Like somebody said, ride or die. Like the person who came up with the ride or die thing, they don't even do it. You got rappers talking about Gucci Man. Gucci Man, one of the most successful entrepreneurs you know, but you just know him as a rapper.
Mm. Yep.
And you believe everything he say about how he hustling. You believe everything he say.
A lot of them are
Terrible,
like that.
man.
A lot of them are like that. A lot of the big time ones, they got PhDs,
Yeah,
degrees out the wazoo, and they
bro. Even
just
Lil Wayne is a doctor,
mm-hmm.
a real doctor. Like that man got a doctorate in English.
People don't know all that. They don't see all that. They just see he making music, he making money, he living the lifestyle that I want to live, but
Bruh,
they ain't
you
seeing what happened in the background to get him to that point.
you listening to Trap or Die, then you see Young Jeezy on the a red carpet in a suit, and then you see him in he taking photo shoots in a suit in an office somewhere, a corner office. Like, bro, what do you think that
Mm-hmm.
is?
That ain't trap lifestyle.
What kind of trap life you think he living? Loud and prominent, like just on full display. Like, what are you thinking this is? What do you think this is? This man own a record label.
Facts. And all right, see, prime
Oh,
example right there. You go from making music, selling music, to now you're helping other people produce and sell their music, and you getting a cut. He he don't
because you
even
knew
have to
that.
make music unless he wants to. Some of them still
Yeah,
be
he was
making music,
he was working
but
hard at making music at one point, working real hard,
fact.
and then he realized he was working way too hard. He couldn't do it forever. He couldn't do it forever. So the best way was like, yeah, I was helping people with this music, but I can help people make their music,
hmm
and that could blow me up even more. So
and
he
crazy
made that
enough,
transition.
hmm I was gonna mention T Pain. I don't even know what T Pain does nowadays, but I know this man got. I know he live in a mansion. I know his house. I haven't seen the outsides of it,
As much
but
as
I've
you
seen
mentioned
the
T
inside
Pain,
of it.
it's real crazy that you don't know what he do for a living now.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I know he's doing very well for himself. Like I need to do my research. I just know I'm at the simpleton stage. I just seen what he does. I know he got a Twitch. He be gaming. He got like a little podcast where he bring like other people. He's had Snoop on there.
Mm-hmm.
People from 85 South Show. A couple other comedians. Just people he cool with. He just bring them on there. They have a good time. Uh, his wife is a drinkologist. Uh, he got a book with
What
different
that
types of
mean?
drinks
You
in it.
drink? You like mixologist?
Mixologist. Did I say drinkologist?
You
Yeah,
did.
mixologist. She makes drinks. She's a certified.
Uh, okay, yeah, mixologist, right? Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
uh, but yeah. Doing very well for himself. But man, don't make music anymore. I don't know what he invested in. I don't know what, but he done made the transition where he just out here living his best life, like just doing his own thing, doing what he loves. No one even knew that this man is a bona fide nerd. This man is a toy collector. He got like a vintage. I don't know if you know that show. Where like they were rats or something. Rat. I don't know. The main characters were rats, and they were like fighting crime or something like that. Robotic rats, something.
the fuck.
Anyway, yeah, it's crazy. He's a collector. He collects old school vintage stuff. He just a regular person like us that figured it out, and now he's living his best life.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who you can talk about who made that transition, and it appears that we only talking about successful people, but like you can probably picture somebody in your own community who made that jump into the next level, into the next stage, because at some point you have to realize that you had to take the blinders off yourself and look to the left and the right for a change. You can't just continue looking at the path that you're looking at, because the path that you on has only gotten you to where you are. And that's the thing that people aren't understanding, and that's why people are in this Dunning-Kruger effect, because you're not looking for new information. You're like a baby that just living on the same logic that you were born with.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. I ain't really got too much else for the people. What we
All right,
got to?
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, because I ain't done yet.
Okay.
I ain't done yet. So all right, I'm gonna try to be nice. I'm gonna try to be nice, because like it pisses me off, man. Like I don't even think you understand how mad this makes me, bro. And it wouldn't make me so upset if people just didn't talk. Like for real, if you didn't open your mouth and ain't say nothing to me, I wouldn't even know nothing about you. I wouldn't know your dreams. I wouldn't know your goals. Like I would be none the wiser. But for real, people be running their mouth too much, man. Like you talking about all this stuff that you want to do. You talking about all these goals that you got, and you come to me and tell me of all people, bro. Like I got a dude who been telling me about the same book that he been doing for like the last 4 years,
Uh-huh.
and still ain't released it yet, bro. Meanwhile, you got people like Alan McDaniel who putting this shit together and making it happen. Like for real, like and doing some going above and beyond to get people to see it. Like for real, like you know of people like that, and you still ain't got it. You still don't have an example of what to do. Like for real, it's like, bro, like I'm hearing folks talk about their dreams, their goals, and then they talk about like they it's almost like they rather talk about the things that they're going through currently, opposed to talking about the potential of what's to come in the future. It's almost like they feel more comfortable arguing about their right now than to talk about what could be. and it's frustrating because you see the people around you making it happen. You know that you can ask questions to people like, okay, I know I don't want to be in this position anymore. I want to move up, and you know that there's people around you that you can ask on how to move up. But for whatever reason, you just going off of your own logic. You refuse to ask questions. You trying to get interviews and stuff, and the folks telling you that you ain't got no business being here. You are out of your league, young fella. Go back down at the bottom. You ain't got no business here. They telling you that, and they telling you why they telling you that, and you still not looking at the information. When the last time you got an assessment on yourself is the question I asked you. When the last time somebody was able to tell you about yourself and you were able to progress based off of that information? Some of y'all are so afraid to understand yourself. Some of y'all are so afraid to get that assessment for something to tell you about yourself that your default is to sit still in your reality and where you are right now. I'm telling you, the only people who do that are children. I was raised a child, and when she was counting, she used to say 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. She used to always put the five before the 4. Kid logic. Do you understand? Do you understand that if a child if they don't see a reasoning behind what they're doing, that they continue doing that?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how much you tell them, if they don't see the reasoning behind the issue that you're telling them to correct, they continue doing it. And the problem is that some of y'all haven't gotten past the reasoning behind why you are stuck where you are. And that's why you continue doing what you're doing, because you don't know why you're doing it. You don't know why you're stuck there. And so it doesn't matter how many businesses or how many ideas you come up with, you're never doing because you haven't gotten past the reasoning as to why you're in the Dunning-Kruger effect, why you're stuck where you are, why you continuously do the same things that you're doing, why you're not upset about your reality right now. Not why you're really upset about it, because you talk about it, you rant about it, but you still there. You still not looking outside of it. You're still not doing anything above and beyond to get out of it because you don't see a need to, because you're in the Dunning-Kruger effect. And so I encourage everybody who's listening to this right now to analyze yourself. This is the time for self-assessment, because that's the only way you're going to get out of this. That's the only way you're going to move past this. It don't matter, like I said, it don't matter how many business ideas you come up with from this point on. If you don't figure yourself out, you would never get there. You would never get to where you're supposed to be in life, because you don't know yourself and why you keep quitting every single time something get hard.
All right, people. I did have something to add, but you already covered it. I was gonna say, even kids, when they don't have that reasoning, even they have the courage to ask why. So why not be a little bit bolder than them kids and ask yourself, why are you still stuck in this position? Why are you still stuck at the place that you are in? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. Before we go, did we have anything for the people, Mac?
I ain't got no new news for the folks. I ain't got no new news right now.
Alrighty, same
still
here.
Working, still grinding it out. I ain't got nothing new.
Word. Well, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. Before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.